So yeah, we're looking at King's Quest 3 To Err is Human. This is the AGD remake and of the original game that came out in the 80s for the MS-DOS and the Apple II and a billion other systems from the legendary Roberta Williams at Sierra Online and her
Mm-hmm.
husband Ken. And there were some other folks, of course, involved in this, but Roberta was the main creative force behind the King's Quest series. Um, what's going on here is a little bit of a departure from the other games. I remember when this game came out, people were very confused by this because up until this point, you played as King Graham. In this game, you play as some nobody named Gwydion, who has been kidnapped as a child, as evil wizards often do, and enslaved to work for the wizard, doing all sorts of menial and debasing tasks
Ugh, horrible.
in his hilltop wizard lair in the land of Ludor.
Poor
So
Graham.
what we're going to be seeing, it's well, this is Gwydion. This is Gwydion. We don't know if there's any connection to King Graham or not, but we'll find out as we go along. So as we start here, we're going to be seeing Gwydion in the house, and there's only three entities that live in this house. There's Gwydion, there's the evil wizard Mananan, and there is a cat. And you will come to hate both the cat and the wizard.
Oh, we'll
Sad to
see.
say.
It will really have to rub my patience the wrong way for me to hate a cat.
You will
This
hate
might
this
be the
cat.
first one.
You will hate this cat. I guarantee it.
And so this game is free on Steam, correct?
No, it's a free download. It is free, but not on Steam.
Okay. Okay. It's a free download. I'll put the link in the description for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joined today by Rock from the Rock's Roost. My cat just knocked
Hey.
something over in the background. Well, thank you for that, little miss. So if you heard a noise, that's what that was. And I've never played the King's Quest games, but The Rock has played. It sounds weird calling you The Rock. It sounds like I'm talking about the actor. Rock has played the King's Quest games. When did you first play the King's Quest games?
Okay, so the first King's Quest game I played was actually this one. In probably 1986 or something like that. I can't remember when this game came out. I think 86 is when I played this one. At that time, it was pretty new, if not brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Played it on my uncle's Tandy 1000, which was an old IBM compatible computer. And back in the 80s, it was rare for people to have computers.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was the first family member I had that had a computer. And I remember playing this game with him and my cousin. And at the time, I found it terrifying because the wizard is beyond horrifying. He's mean, he's nasty.
Mm.
Actually, I think he's scarier in the original version because in the original one, he's wearing black.
Mm.
And the sounds come out of the PC speaker. They're very harsh. But he's still pretty imposing in this version, as we'll see.
So Rock is gonna guide me through it since I've never played it, but he's played it in the past and has a well-versed knowledge of the game. So we're
More
kind
or
of
less.
co-oping, but more me controlling the character and him giving me the advice.
Yes.
All right.
I don't claim to remember everything, but we will get through this pretty well, I think.
Well, who possibly could?
Right. I mean, I played the game again in 1998 on an Apple II in study hall in high school. I was a senior in high school.
Naughty.
And yeah, we had this. Well, I don't know. My study hall teacher, she didn't care.
Ah.
She was like, "You need to play this," and I'm like, "I think I've already played this." But the
Aw.
other kids in the class had not played it because, again, even though by this time it's 1998, still computers at home are still pretty rare around here. So we had a study hall about 8 or 9 kids, me included. And so I introduced them all to King's Quest on the Apple II, which is a very
Mm-hmm.
similar, it's a very similar experience. If you're playing on the 2GS, it looks like the DOS version. But anyway, I'm going on and on.
That's
Let's
okay.
go ahead and get in there.
Okay. So you said we are Gideon? How do I walk? Do I select where to go?
It's oh,
Oh.
My
there's the
chamber
wizard.
pot is full. Empty it immediately.
Uh, I'd rather
Did you
not.
hear? Could you hear him? I
Yes, I
couldn't hear
could.
him. I can't hear him.
Can you
But
hear the creaking?
I can't. I can't hear the game audio.
It could be because I turned it down a bit low. Are
Could
you
be.
okay with kind of watching
But it's
without
fine.
any audio?
That's fine. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it is. It does have the captions.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's
Well, if
okay.
you're okay with that,
Yeah, we'll roll with it and we'll be fine.
I'm
So the
assuming
way the
his
game
chamber pot
works,
might be up here.
it is upstairs. Yes, and you need to do it quickly. You see, there's a timer up at the top.
Oh, I see.
So if you don't do it fast enough, he'll get mad. That's his bedroom right there. Just walk right in. The chamber pot, of course, is under the bed. You can see it. It's right there. So walk up there, go to the top of the screen, mouse up to the top, and move over to the hand.
Okay.
Click that. Then put the sparkle on the hand on the pot.
Okay.
And Gwydion will dump it out the window.
Oh, poor lad. And also,
Now, in the
back in the
original-
day
Twinkling
when
your
they would
nose
dump
in
it out the
disgust,
window.
you throw the smelly contents
Well,
of the chamber pot out the
different
open
time.
window.
We had to
What
make
a
our
way to
own
make a
fun
living.
back then. And
What a way to make a living.
now, the original version of the game was all text based. I mean, there was a view screen, but there was a parser, and you had to type things like, you would walk up to the bed with the arrows, and then you would type empty chamber pot and hit enter, and it would do it.
Right.
And it was very fiddly about, what you had to, spelling had to be correct, and specific commands had to be correct. So
Right.
this is a much improved way to play.
I like it. I like it so far. I went to everybody. You might notice I will go to the pause screen whenever we're yapping and chatting because I'm not sure what things are timed. I see a timer up here still, and I don't want to immediately fail and then have to redo it. So you will.
Right.
This will be an important part of this video.
Go ahead and save while you have this up.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you that while the wizard is here, you need to only do the things that he tells you to do.
Okay. No exploring and things.
Yeah, right. Because he will get mad at you, and sometimes he'll just cast a
Overstepping
spell.
my peasant boundaries.
Right. Sometimes he'll just cast a spell, and it'll, cause you to dance uncontrollably or something like that. But if it's something really, really bad, he'll just straight up kill you.
Okay. Well, we'll try to avoid that.
So, right. But eventually, you'll be free to do other things, and you'll know when that time comes.
Shall I
Now-
go downstairs and find him again for my second task?
He'll just show up randomly. It
Okay.
doesn't matter where you're at. Go ahead. I believe the mouse wheel, if you wheel on the mouse, does your mouse have a wheel?
Aha!
It changes.
does.
Yeah, so you don't have to move up.
Okay, that's
So
lovely.
you can look at things like you can look out the window, for instance.
The window is shut. It's as pointless to crawl out as it would be to call out.
Clever.
Thanks for pointing that out. You can also look at the painting
hmm
that's there on the wall. I think there's an interesting little quip that
I'm
comes up
going
if you look at that.
Fiddle and see what works. I'm gonna try. Oh, okay. So I can go over and inspect it without having to use the boots first.
Yes,
You lift the
usually
bottom of
so.
the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manannan would hang such a tapestry here. There are also dozens of charcoal
that's the
drawings,
bad guy.
diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers with the legend of King's Quest IV.
Notes
But
to
you're
programmers.
uninterested in this. since you presently have your hands full with King's Quest III.
That's a
You
good
lower the
dialogue.
tapestry and smooth out the
Yeah,
wrinkles.
little fourth wall breaking there.
Cute.
The original version of the game, if you would lift that up, I think there was a space battle or something going on behind it.
Besides, haven't you got enough to do without assuming the role of carpenter?
If you walk, you can go upstairs.
We are on the same page. I was curious what was up there.
Yep. See,
Ah.
there's an observatory. Now, notice what's going on with the cat.
Killing a fly.
He killed a fly. Now, remember that fly for later.
Okay.
That's important.
Katie will
That's the
remember
kind of
this.
That's the kind of game this is.
Okay.
So, okay, you can look through the telescope
You put your eye
longingly.
to the glass. It amazes you how near everything seems. You could even see squirrels climbing faraway trees. No wonder the wizard knows of all activities in Ludor.
Ah, so he's a bit nosy, is he?
Well, he's not only nosy, but he is the overlord here.
Ah.
Gwydion is not the only person whose life is made miserable by this wizard.
The
Here he comes.
wizard
See,
gives
he'll
you
just
an
show up.
evil glare.
And sometimes he does that just to show up and look at you.
Now,
And let me
could
tell
he
you-
have done that because I am looking at things and fiddling with things, or is that just a random occurrence?
That's random. That's
Okay.
random. But do not pick up that flag.
Okay.
Do not do that.
I will not.
You can do it.
You don't
You
need
can
to
do it
clean
later,
windows.
but
The
that will
slightest
get you
spot,
killed.
and you'd be the
Okay.
first to know
Go
about
ahead
it.
and tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Feet
Yep.
work better on those.
Feet do work better on those. That is fair game.
Now, if you find that Gwydion is moving a bit slow for your liking, you can adjust the game speed in the menu,
Oh.
and it'll make him go faster. I don't know if it affects the clock though. I don't think it does, but we'll see. I think the clock remains real life minutes and seconds. Appears
It
to be.
surely
Yeah, but you see he's
does.
moving a lot faster now.
Okay.
Go ahead and walk all the way to the right, past
Mhm.
the painting. This is a area you'll need to be familiar with. This is Gwydion's room.
I see.
You run your fingers along the smooth, unbroken part of the mirror. No chance of stepping through the looking glass today.
I accidentally broke a mirror the other day.
Oh no,
I know.
this is bad.
Gonna have to figure out how to change my luck.
Mm-hmm. Be sure every room you go into. Okay, yeah. So the bed has these options. Like, okay, if you had something that was a no-no to have, you
Contraband.
can hide it. Yeah, you can hide it under the bed.
I see.
But if you pick one of those items up while the wizard is in the house,
Mhm.
he will immediately find you and kill you. So,
Ah.
As it's broad
wait till
daylight,
he's
you don't need it.
well, I'll just tell you, he goes on a voyage, but he'll announce that.
Okay. Perfect.
Be sure to use the eye
have
to look
nothing of
around in
any
rooms when
interest
you
in your
walk in, because they sometimes you'll find clues if you just
Do
click
I have
somewhere.
to use it anywhere specific, or does it count for the whole room?
I think just click on the wall should be fine.
This is your own pitiful bedchamber.
Ah.
Compared to Manannan's fine room, yours is almost a cell. The bed is hard and uncomfortable, with only a threadbare blanket and a small, flat pillow. The other furnishings are junk, but as poor as it is, it's your haven.
There's the
as
important
the
clue
wizard
right there.
never enters it.
Aha. I see.
The wizard never goes in here.
Often you have wished
That
you could crawl
will
into a
turn
hole
to be
and
that'll end up being a
disappear.
bad mistake on his part.
I see. Oh, I just tried to use WASD for the first time. So it begins.
It's not the
Yep.
kind that opens. Manannan made sure of that.
Oh, I'm sure he did, stinky man.
hmm So really, this first part of the game, is meant for you to just
The
explore the
wizard's
house.
glare makes you suddenly feel very, very small.
I have decided to take a journey.
Okay, he's getting ready to leave. Now notice the clock is now green. This means you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So this is what I was talking about, like with pausing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to waste the time
Your
he's
free
gone
time?
because I mean it's infinite. I'm pretty sure there's no limit to how many times he'll take a journey, but every journey lasts a certain amount of time, and I
Mhm.
don't remember exactly how many minutes. Let's see. Let me look it up. Okay, so the wizard will be gone for 25 minutes. So take note of when he left. He left at about 4 minutes 19 seconds or something like that. So he'll be back in
420, a bit of
20.
an easy number to remember, I will say.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so he'll be
It worked
back. It did. In 25 minutes. So when that clock hits 29, you need to get out of wherever it is you're going. So go ahead and check out that fly. And this will be a good time to do inventory and stuff. So, yep, the finger gets it.
You pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it.
Dropped it into my
Now-
hand. I see.
Yes. So now I think click the fly on yourself.
Picking off its wings, you throw the rest away.
Now, you see how those wings
Are blue?
they have a blue. Yeah, that means they're magical.
Oh, okay.
This will get you killed. I guess you could have picked up the fly, and as long as you didn't pull the wings off, you'd have been fine. Because you notice the fly did the whole fly
You
didn't have
can't
the blue.
use that item there.
Okay, go up, mouse up to the top,
Mhm.
and click on the little the bag, the little
Oh, I
knapsack,
see.
and see there it is.
Okay.
So and you can look at it
So
in the
now
inventory,
I've put it away.
but it'll say something about the flies. I don't know what
The
it'll say.
fly
But the clock
wings
is
are
running.
remarkably beautiful for having come from such a disagreeable insect.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So you got your
how
first
do I get this
item.
off of my cursor? Just I can.
You
so
just
I can
mouse.
scroll through inventory items as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What else can we explore? Is there anything to find in his bedroom?
Indeed.
Mhm.
There's much to find in his bedroom. I would recommend looking in the various cabinets and closets and see what you find.
Your breath smells fine.
Your breath smells fine.
Thank you.
You have excellent
Narrator.
eyesight. Besides, they wouldn't suit you. So far, you're allergy-free.
Mhm.
So apparently the
Perhaps
wizard
in a few
has
years, when you've worn
allergies,
out
which
that
is
soft
interesting.
down, presently
Specifically, he
posing as
has
stubble.
a cat allergy, apparently, because the bottle has a cat on it. But what about the looking glass?
Mhm.
You leave a fingerprint
I think
on
there
the
was one in the
surface.
drawer.
Aha! You've
A little
struck a
one,
blow
like a hand
against
mirror in
tyranny.
the drawer.
I see.
Check that again.
Oops.
Oh,
I see it.
You take the wizard's hand mirror.
notice it's also magical.
I see.
Or to get you into trouble. Okay. Let's see what else we can find.
No
in
need
here.
to snuff it. It's not lit. You've only been fed slop in your life. Bit late to be starting on crunchy food.
What does that say? Chocolate cream?
I think so.
You
But
don't
it has
have
a
a
bug
problem with
on the
heights. Not one you'd
picture.
admit to.
It does.
No,
Interesting.
I think they're like chocolate covered bugs.
You've never wanted to smell like a rose, but
Uh-huh.
See there?
they're
Something else
of
to
no
get.
use to you.
Okay. I assume
might
there's
be-
probably one thing per drawer.
Possibly.
Same
I don't
drawer.
remember.
You refilled
Yeah,
it this
it'll be the same
morning.
drawer.
You don't
Do
like
check
the look of
also
that
the
place.
wardrobe.
You'd rather
I would-
not touch it.
Okay.
I don't want to backseat too much, but
No,
you
that's
don't
fine.
look
That's
good
fine.
wearing peaked
That's what
hats.
you're here for.
that's what I'm here
You
for.
don't look good wearing peaked hats. You search the pockets of the black cloak.
I knew it
Suddenly
would be
you
in the black
discover
one.
a small
There you
brass
go.
key. What could it unlock?
What could it unlock?
What indeed?
Mm.
Well, you've looked through just about everything in this
You'd
room.
rather leave it open.
I would rather.
I don't-
leave it
I don't-
open. Let me see what it
Mananan
says
keeps a
about.
window open. This is just
His
as well.
general
His
room.
chamber pot is almost always full.
Oh, he must have IBS. I see. I see.
Mananan's
he
elegant
eats
bed
chocolate
chamber is a
covered
display
bugs.
room for the land's
True.
finest furnishings. From
So,
a regal
there you
canopy
go.
bed to an expertly carved closet, you can't help but compare it to your own meager space.
I see. Well, I'd better mouse back and close this drawer. We've already
Indeed.
left a fingerprint on the mirror. We don't want him
Yes.
knowing we've done too many things.
You'd
in there.
rather touch as little as possible, all things considered.
I need to get used to switching back to the feet.
Sometimes it's easier just to mouse up and click on the things. I mean, it's just whatever works best for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How should
So
I be
what-
spending my time here? I can look at this painting later, right?
You can look at the painting while he's here. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that room, that looks pretty interesting, doesn't it?
Does look pretty interesting. Let me see. What is on your desk, sir? What are you writing about?
You open the desk's only drawer, but you see nothing interesting.
Well, I would like to see the papers.
Again, you search the con.
Okay.
Try
Don't
the
you
arrow.
remember?
I mean the
you
eye.
emptied it yesterday.
Oh, I emptied it yesterday.
You try to turn the handle, but the door is locked.
So there's a clue. So there you go.
You unlock the oak cabinet using the brass key.
Oh.
Inside, you find
That looks
the
like
wizard's
something you could
magic
cause
wand.
trouble with.
You take it with you, knowing it could mean death if he finds it missing.
All right.
Okay, we have the rock here. The rock.
Mhm.
I always
That's
feel like
fine.
I'm discussing the actor.
Unfortunately, you are too short to
Yeah,
reach
I
the
know.
boxes.
That was an unintentional side effect.
Hmm.
I didn't think
The
about
chart
that.
is firmly attached to the wall.
I may have to come up with an actual name for me.
You scan the
The
bookshelf
Rock's
for
Roost.
interesting
I should come
titles
up
and
with
find
a
a book entitled
a fake
Black,
name for
the
me.
ultimate
That's just, totally over the top.
Hmm.
Yes. So this
You
now
scan
remember
the
what it said
bookshelf
about
for
the
interesting
wand.
titles
It would
and
mean
find a
death if
book
he finds it
entitled
missing.
Secretly
That means you
secluded
cannot
for a
simply
lifetime
hide
of
that under the
service and
bed.
servitude.
Okay.
So remember that.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
You might want to check out these books and stuff before you go.
Well, I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. You do you. I'm just here as a helpful guide.
You are a helpful guide. I appreciate it. I really love
Mhm.
retro games and the art style. I miss pixelized games. I love them
There's
very,
just
very
something
much.
about a carefully curated, pre-rendered scene,
Mm-hmm.
You drop to
I don't
your
know if you can
hands
hear
and
people
knees
talking,
and hide
but
the item under
I
your
tried
bed.
to make it very obvious that I was recording, but oh well.
Personally, I can't hear them.
Okay,
Okay, we're at 750. Not too bad.
not bad.
Go back down. Let's see what he has on his shelves, shall we?
Yes. There's a lot of
You
good
scan
books
the
here, I'm
bookshelf
sure.
for interesting titles and find a book entitled 1001 Unlikely Uses for Cheese.
I would read that.
You scan the
Yes,
bookshelf for
I desperately
interesting
wish that
titles
was a
and
real
find a
book.
book entitled Ancient Wisdom, The Legacy of Our Forebears. It seems to be a record of all known information regarding the original inhabitants of the known world. It is a notably thin book.
Not much ancient wisdom
You
to be
scan the
had.
bookshelf for interesting
No.
titles and find a book entitled Wither the Weather or Wedding the World, an anthology of meteorological spells.
Meteorological spells, eh?
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled Lifestyles of the Weird and Wicked.
That's me.
Yeah, it's good.
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled
There's a
Guide
zillion
to
of them.
Maintaining a Healthy Beard.
And that is for Josh.
You
Yeah.
scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a series of magazines entitled Wizarding Weekly. This week's edition includes tips on keeping your hat pointy.
And keeping your hat
I-
pointy.
You
I
scan
love
the
that they
bookshelf
bothered
for
to
interesting
put all
titles
these
and
in,
find a
Me
book
too.
entitled Levers and Bookcases, a traditional
Now,
connection.
there may or may not be a clue there.
Yeah, I was
In
going to
that
say
one.
levers and bookcases, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So maybe search around in different parts of the bookcase. Things especially that are at about the right height for your hand to reach.
Mm-hmm.
and see what you might find in all the bookcases there. You might.
Gonna get my
Find
hand
something good.
away, or my character away.
Mm-hmm.
How about here? Or maybe up here?
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled Telescopes and Other Spying Devices.
I feel like it would be on this side because there's room on this side of the wall.
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a
Possibly.
book entitled Mystical Misconceptions. You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled The 40 Most Inappropriate
Also,
Uses
a
of
nice
a
one.
Magic Map.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm sorry. That was also a nice title. I forgot. The narrator was reading it, wasn't he?
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
You scan
okay.
the bookshelf for interesting
I'm sorry you
titles
can't
and
hear
find
it.
a book entitled
okay.
Tyrannical Totalitarianism.
Tyrannical totalitarianism.
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled Black, the Ultimate Fashion Statement.
How about here?
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled Secretly Secluding Servants for a Lifetime of Service and Servitude.
Oh, lordy.
Well, I was thinking,
You scan
actually,
the
I thought
bookshelf
you
for
actually already
interesting
clicked on
titles
it.
and find a book entitled
but I guess not.
1001 Unlikely Uses for Cheese.
Right. If you see on the right side where the bookcases are at an angle coming toward us, on the second in the middle case, second from the bottom, right there's a brown book. Yeah,
You
click
scan
that
the
one.
bookshelf for interesting titles and find a book entitled Ancient Wisdom, The Legacy of Our Forebears. It seems to
Well.
be a record of all known information regarding the original inhabitants of the known world. It is a notably thin book.
This one is pulled out.
You scan the bookshelf for interesting titles and find... You scan the bookshelf...
Well, I will grid
You
search.
scan the bookshelf for... You scan the book... You scan the bookshelf for...
I scan the bookshelf.
You scan the bookshelf for...
I scan the bookshelf.
You scan the bookshelf.
I scan the bookshelf.
You scan the book...
I sure do scan the bookshelf.
You scan the bookshelf for...
I did. I scanned the bookshelf.
You scan the bookshelf for...
Well,
He's saying it
You
over
scan
and over
the
in my
bookshelf.
ear.
You scan the bookshelf.
oh, okay. I know why we're not finding it. There's a journal. There's the wizard's journal. You're supposed to read that somewhere. You have to. So this is a total different thing. There's like this whole big sequence that you have to go through. So never mind the library for now.
Okay. Well, for now.
We have to like leave the mountain and all kinds of stuff.
I
That's
see.
crazy. That's an interesting change. But anyway, so
Well,
we
for
cannot
now-
look.
For now, I
Go ahead.
will check out the kitchen.
There
Do
are
that.
various bottles and bowls on the shelf. You scrutinize the moose head carefully. While it is long past its grazing days, you feel sorry for the poor old thing.
What about the general
This
room?
is where Mananan eats his meals. You, of course, are not supposed to eat here. You eat in the kitchen. There is a pine table and benches large enough to seat at least 10 people. But the wizard has never had any guests for dinner.
Yeah, it does not strike me as the friendliest of gentlemen.
The moose head is securely fastened.
Securely fastened.
Pour the bottles in a bowl. Swirl and swallow it down whole. Let the contents slosh and roll. Feel the liquid warm your soul.
Ah, I might have a ramen soup for lunch.
Mananan helps himself to his own beverages, and intoxication isn't your thing.
Okay.
It's there for a reason, whatever it is.
All right.
It's interesting to note that there have been several slaves captured by Mananan over the years. Gwydion is only the most recent one. And once they reach 18 years of age, he kills them.
Oh, my goodness.
Gwydion is like 17, 11 months, and 3 weeks old. So
Oh, time is ticking in two ways.
time's ticking. Yep.
Time's
time's
a
ticking.
ticking.
Although I
There's
don't,
no hole
I
in
don't
this bucket.
think that you can just age out. I'm not sure. Pretty sure you can't. So I
Can
don't
I
think you
touch
can
the cat?
worry about too much. Go ahead. See what happens.
You've done enough work in here recently. No sense making more for yourself.
Maybe walk closer to it. I think this might be an exception where you might actually have to walk closer to the cat.
Hmm.
And there, grab it.
You've done enough
Yeah,
work
get
in
it.
here. You've done
Be
enough.
very pixel. It should be pixel perfect. Why is it not?
The
There you go.
despicable cat slips away from your grasp with a fierce scratch to your arm.
May
Try it
I
again.
take this knife?
You take the carving knife from the iron rack and keep it with you.
There you go.
Hmm.
Notice it is not magical.
Shall I need to hide this as well when we're getting close to 29?
No, you don't need to hide the knife.
Okay.
You can keep it because that's part
You
of your normal
retrieve the
like
clay
kitchen
bowl from the kitchen
work.
shelf
Kitchen
It would
and
be
take
normal
it with
for you to have a knife. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I
The
took
bowl
the bowl
also
as well.
is safe. The bowl is extremely important.
Okay.
Try to get the cat again.
Nimbly, you grab the nasty cat by the scruff of its neck, avoiding its needle-sharp claws. Now that you have it, what are you going to do with it?
All right, click on the cat.
You manage to pluck some fur before he viciously scratches and leaps from your arms.
Oh, no
With
wonder.
grim satisfaction, you survey your wounds.
Oh, I would
It's
too.
detestable.
Uh-huh.
Notice
Magical.
that is perhaps the most important item in the whole game.
Oh, poor kitty. We're gonna have to do that many times, aren't we?
As
Actually,
it is
no. I
summer,
think that's
the
it.
need for a fire and cooked food is diminished.
That cat is truly despicable.
The kitchen
And I
shelf
hope that you
holds
get to
many
see why.
ingredients and implements for cooking. You use the heavy oak table when you prepare food for the wizard. You're quite familiar with it. You see a chop of mutton, some fruit, and a loaf of bread lying on the table.
I'm getting a
There
bit
are
hungry.
drying herbs and spices hanging here.
I might need to leave this room.
Whenever games like this call out specific items, when you look at something like that table, it usually means those might be important.
Oh, okay. Well, let's inspect them, shall we?
You take the loaf of bread and carry it with
see.
you.
Mm-hmm.
You take the mutton chop and carry it with you. You take the fruit and carry it with you.
Uh-huh.
Notice also you're getting points.
Uh-huh.
You have 20 out of 210 points. So that's a sign that what you've done is important.
You have no use for these particular
There is
herbs.
one more item in here you might want to
Many
look at.
chores lie in wait upon
Did you pick up a
those
spoon?
shelves.
I don't think you did.
I did not. I
That
was
might be
thinking maybe
important.
these
You
eggs.
take the wooden spoon from the iron rack
Okay.
and keep it with you.
I sense some camping coming.
Something like that.
Mayhaps. Where would you direct me now? Or am I done with this room?
I think you are
To your memory?
for the moment.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, there is one more thing. Go back in there. Notice, look on the table there. There's something on the table.
Ah, a cup. I see.
A
Mhm.
tin
Yeah,
cup
that's
has been
important.
left on the table. Mananan was not pleased to be served blackroot juice in anything other than his chalice heirloom.
Oh, poor man.
He's
Boo.
The
spoiled.
perfect servant, aren't you?
I play the tiniest violin for him. Okay.
I think it may be a good time to step out. And it's also a real good time to save. There's no
yes.
autosave. Yeah.
Yes, let me go inside so he doesn't catch me outside. Oh, may I?
You have to manipulate the door.
I'll do a save in here,
Mm-hmm.
just in case. Okay. Lots to see.
The
Lots to
wizard's
see.
mansion
I
has
would
been your home,
recommend,
life and world.
there is something you can get from the chickens, but since time is a ticking, I would recommend going on down the mountain.
Oh, okay. I
Mhm.
didn't realize we were going to go that far. That's why I was taking my time. Oops. Cancel.
Oh, well, we'll have to go through several cycles of the wizard coming and going to get everything done. But it's now this is why it's important to save. This is incredibly dangerous. For instance, go ahead and save it here, just for testing. All right. Now, you want to get down to the bottom center of the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just click the boots down there and see what happens.
Oh, goodness. I see. You take little bitty bits.
Watch your step.
Yeah, so he will take
I like the death sound.
Yeah. You'll get used to hearing that.
Okay.
He will pathfind in a straight line from where he is to where you click. So remember that.
Okay.
Death is everywhere. So go ahead and restore it.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine how much harder this is with no mouse. Because when this game came out, the mouse was not standard equipment. And it did not support the mouse.
Dominates the sky.
Arrow keys only. And when you press an arrow key, he would just start walking. You had to press it again for him to stop.
An eagle sits in its nest, tilting its head as it eyes you warily.
Yeah, it looks crow-like there, though. So we'll give you a pass. In the original version, this was much more devious. The path passed behind rocks. You couldn't even see the path. You just had to guess. Yeah. This is way easier. Not only do you have the mouse, but it's a little bit more forgiving. You can see here there's an homage to that because we're walking behind that rock. You can fall off the back and die there. Now
Lovely
from here,
meadow.
yeah, this is Ludor. So just kind of explore around and see what happens.
Scram! Scram!
Is that a dog or a rat?
It would be better to use the door.
It's a bear.
A bear.
There's more than one bear that lives in that house. I'll let you guess how many bears live in that house.
Methinks 3.
Let's see. I think there might be something on this screen you can
You're
get.
standing on a bluff.
You have to look
overlooking
very
the
carefully.
ocean.
It looks
There's
empty.
a village to the north. Offshore elements have affected the tree's growth.
The narrator called out the tree.
You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has
all
dried.
the differently colored
You break it
leaves.
off and carry it with you.
So you have to pay very close attention.
Oh, this is a lovely screen. I've
Isn't
seen
it?
this before.
Yeah. This is very cute.
Hello,
Good day to you,
fine
young
sir.
man. What can I do for you?
Oh, he has a lovely voice.
He might not appreciate that.
Just touch him right on his face. Are you real?
Yeah.
The counter is for conducting transactions.
And how
I've
do
got
I
some
speak?
dusting
I
to do.
speak.
Let me know if you need anything. Just a moment. Now, what can I do for you?
Greetings. What have you for sale?
Aren't
I
we
have many an
handsome?
item that might interest you. For instance,
A
you
handsome
might
little
wish
lad.
to purchase a leather pouch, very suitable for carrying things in, as you might expect.
Indeed. Anything else?
I have numerous consumables that you may wish to acquire. Take a look at the shelf behind me. See if there's anything you would like.
Take a look at the shelf.
The shelves are stocked with many useful items, such as
Where are the leather pouches here?
I'm not sure.
The shelves are stocked with many useful items.
Okay, there you go.
I've
I
got
guess-
some dusting to do. Let me know if you need anything.
I guess if you have money, you can give him a coin. Notice the clock just turned yellow. That
I did
means
notice that.
I think that means the time is half up. I mean, we're not anywhere near the 25 minutes, but maybe it's less time. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You did save,
Will
so
it be for
that's
you,
good.
sir? A good pull of ale? Or you rather a dram of rum? My.
An ale,
ain't you
please.
the handsome one?
Some bread and cheese.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
I need to stop talking about it. I am getting
A
very
pretty,
hungry.
buxom barmaid stands there
Yeah.
with an air of hardened determination. You get the feeling that she doesn't take guff from anybody.
Yeah, my kind of lady.
A tapestry,
That's
which bears a
important.
striking resemblance to the Jolly Roger, hangs next to a lute on the wall.
Important personality trait for a barmaid, I would
It
think.
tells many a
Not
tale
taking
most
guff.
true.
Yes, certainly.
Can I help you there?
Just wondering where this instrument came from.
Young man used to come in here a long time ago. About your age, according to me daddy. Had that thing he liked to play. Seemed to make him happy.
Keep your dirty hands to yourself.
Fine.
You're not the chef.
I was just gonna warm my hands. Shall I get anything else from here? I don't have money, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not right now. Notice the Jolly Roger on the wall, though. That's that might be a clue for later.
Mm-hmm. My favorite place.
Okay, this library, this was not in the original version.
Oh, let's
Whoever
check it out.
boarded it up did an
Ah.
Yeah,
admirable
this
job.
is where the Wizard's Journal is.
Mm.
This house belongs to
apparently.
either a well-to-do family or to several poorer ones. Once the pride of the town,
Sorry,
the
my alarm beat
library
went
is
to
now
go
a
off.
forgotten shell.
Oh, I bet I can't pass this stream, though.
A beautiful
I'd love to check
stream
out
ripples through these stately trees.
Yeah, that looks safe, doesn't it?
that. Maybe not safe,
Yeah, you can cross.
but interesting.
It's interesting. Save before you do things that might get you
yes,
killed.
yes. I am bad about forgetting to save.
And save it on a different one because, yeah, go ahead and do a different thing because we might be wrong about the wizard. He might come back earlier than we think.
Mm.
You inspect the entrance of the cave, but see nothing but darkness beyond.
Oh.
Your aim is true, and the deadly blade speeds toward the web. It passes between the strands and clatters harmlessly within the cave.
Well, I wanted to cut it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, I already lost my knife, so. Oh,
Yeah.
mercy.
It was to be expected that a spider of this size wouldn't just live off flies.
Mm. Thank you for reminding me to save. I will need
you're
that
welcome.
reminder fairly often.
Yes. We get used to autosave.
Bigsy Wigsy Spider climbed up the cave entrance. Along came a man and approached against all sense. Down came the spider and feasted all the same. Bigsy Wigsy Spider climbed up the cave again.
That was worth the click for sure.
Yeah.
Have you any advice?
I think you can't deal with this right now.
Mm.
There's some help that you need from another being to get that open. Because you have to deal with the spider,
Oh, how beautiful.
isn't it?
You
Okay,
know
we must
that
be wrong
mountain
about
too
the wizard
well.
because now it's like a red. The clock is red.
Mm.
Maybe start going back up the mountain.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
The game world wraps around on itself.
Oh,
I don't remember how many screens it is long and wide, but you can use that to your advantage. Sometimes it's quicker to go the other way around, but just go back the way you came in this case.
mhm.
We're probably going to get caught by the wizard.
Well, that'll be a nice. That could be a nice event to end.
Yeah, I think it would be. That'd be a good time to wrap it. And we would know for sure at this point. I'm thinking maybe, the wizard, he left at 4. Oh, you see, there's a bear out there now.
I
This is
do.
Mama
I
Bear.
would speak
Mama
to
Bear
her.
growls at you as you near
Mama
the flower
Bear.
bed. Better stay away from it. And her.
And
Oh
her.
dear, you have no...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mama Bear. I
Okay.
forgot.
Yeah. As long as you don't do that again,
The
I think you'll be
walking.
fine. Yeah. So I'm thinking the wizard, well, it's more than 10 minutes. I'm thinking now it's like 15 minutes in this
If I
version
get
because he
back in
left it like,
time, I will save and then we can determine.
yeah. Because this game is significantly easier to get around. Uh-oh.
Watch your step.
Alas. Classic.
Yeah,
Eh?
it is. That's King's Quest.
Mhm.
Because this game is easier to move around, perhaps they've reduced the amount of time the wizard is gone.
That could very well be it.
Yeah. So it's like 15 minutes instead of 25.
Oh, but we're back in the yellow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now, okay. The bears are leaving now, which means...
Hurry along there, Mildred.
Yes, George.
Now that looks like a bear to me.
Button?
Mhm.
Haven't you taught him anything, Mildred?
It's a bit difficult for him, George.
He doesn't have fingers or thumbs.
You could save here. You could go in the house. Maybe there's something in there. But we are getting short on time.
Oh, we'll see what we can do. Mhm.
Yeah. Look what's on the table.
You taste the porridge and decide... Just right. So you take it with you.
Okay. I'm just gonna see if there's any obvious items upstairs.
Feels cozy.
Feels cozy.
Couldn't imagine
don't wanna nap.
sleeping. No, you don't want to nap. You can nap. You can sleep in the bed that's just right, but I wouldn't recommend it at this point.
Could I take one of those cast iron pots off of the wall before I leave?
I don't remember needing a pot,
Okay.
but my memory could be foggy on that.
I would check it if we weren't
Yeah,
unsure.
they'll
of
go
the
out
time.
again. Yeah, they'll go out again. You
Mhm.
can, if you're wanting the bears to leave and they aren't gone. Now be careful here. You just exit the screen and enter it again, and that I think changes what they might be doing. So you might want to save again. I know it looks like smooth sailing, but this is where you fell, isn't it? Go. See, you're a pro already. Other way.
Oh, I almost.
Uh-oh.
1720 is when it happened.
Okay, so he was only gone for like 13 minutes.
My magic wand
13
is
exactly.
missing.
Yep.
It's time to teach you a lesson.
And he's mad
boy.
about the wand specifically.
Oh no! What will this death animation be?
Oh my.
The wizard keeps
Pile of
close
ashes.
dibs on his wand. Don't let him find it missing next time.
So yeah, I think that is a pretty good place to wrap for the first episode, don't you?
I do. Well, thank you all
Next
for
time-
joining us. I'm gonna Rock, if you don't mind, when I upload this, leave a comment and I will pin your comment at the top so that people can click on your username and go check out your channel. He does a lot of very, very cool let's play style content of retro games like this, and also has some new things in the works for you guys. And he has some of the most excellent commentary here on YouTube, in my opinion. So you guys should definitely go check him out. Give him a sub and check out a couple of videos, see if there's any playlists that catch your fancy. And thank you guys for joining us. I would appreciate it if you would like my video and consider subscribing.
Yeah. Thanks, Katie,
Yes,
for
you
your kind
too.
words. Yeah.
Thanks
everybody for
guiding me
watching.
through it.
Oh, you're welcome. We will see you again real soon, won't we?
We will. We will.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.